Gary, got a minute?
Don't have a minute. I'm too busy. I got to go set up.
Now I'm too busy unloading these bins.
Actually, I'm too busy unloading these crates.
I'm sorry, Doug, I really can't. I'm really busy setting up the classroom.
Right now, I'm setting the computer up for the edge.
Oh, I'm too busy setting up.
No, I gotta go get the lights taken care of.
No, I don't have any time. I got to get Greg set up with a wireless. We've got 5 minutes before the service starts. We barely got set up today.
A new facility? That's a no-brainer.
For almost 15 years, Bay Area Community Church has been a church in a box, traveling from one temporary facility to another. Throughout this journey, God has been incredibly faithful, and today we are a growing and thriving biblical community. Now, while we're grateful for all that God has done in our past, we're even more excited about where He is leading us. We believe that God has called us to much more, to continue expanding our ministries and extending our reach throughout our communities and around the world. To follow that call means stepping out of the box. To follow that call, we need our own facility. And so we come to this historic moment in the life of our church, right here on this place. As I gaze out on this grassy field, we see much more than just a vision of a facility. We see a vision of a faithful people responding to God's call, seeing lives transformed from here to the nations. We envision a place that will be a blessing to you.
I envision a worship center that will help usher us into the presence of God, that will allow us to focus our energies on ministering to people and ministering to God rather than setting up and taking down. A place where God's glory can shine on us and through us as we worship Him. A place where we can have weddings, a place where we can offer up prayers to the Lord day and night.
We envision a place that will not only be a blessing to you, but also a blessing to your family.
It's a place where parents can drop their infants off to a nursery that has soft music, bright colors, toys, cribs. And for preschool, dropping the students off for preschool that has chairs and tables that fit their bodies. It has bathrooms, also with pictures on the wall, designed for them. I see a youth center where the students can come during the week to play volleyball, to play basketball, to come together and socialize. Also, the same place, this youth center becomes a focal point on Sunday morning where worship takes place. The edge is lived out. And most importantly, it's a place where they can take ownership. It'll be their place.
We envision a place that is not only a blessing to you and your family, but a place where we can be a blessing to each other.
I dream of a ministry center where adults can come together and be taught God's Word, where leaders can be equipped to lead and teach others in God's family, a place where we can connect and grow together in God's Word.
We envision a place that is not only a blessing to you, your family, and each other, but also a place where we can be a blessing to the community.
The worship center will also be a place of outreach, multiple Christmas services and dramas, special Easter services, hosting Christian concerts, even a place where we can hold workshops and seminars to help train other church leaders.
I see our multi-purpose facility being a place where not only we can be blessed ourselves, but we can open our hearts and our doors to those that are in the greater Annapolis area, where singles can reach out to singles and couples to couples, and that we can do all kinds of activities that would bring people to Jesus Christ.
I see the youth center as an outreach to the community, if you will, a safe place where you can bring your friends and start the process of building a relationship to know Christ.
We envision a place that is not only a blessing to you, your family, and each other and our community, but also a place where we can be a blessing to the world. We believe that God is leading us to pursue our own facility because we're convinced that God will use it to enhance His kingdom.
Hi, my name's Carl Wise. I'm chairman of the building committee. We got started about a year ago when the elders made the decision to buy 7 acres of property over on Crownsville and Chesterfield roads. I'm delighted to tell you that we've just signed a contract for the adjoining 8 acres, giving us a total of 15 acres that we think are going to be needed to support the full master plan for the future for the church. I'm really excited to see how God will work in Bay Area. I was chairman of the building committee on our prior church and saw God work in a very powerful way. I know He'll do it for Bay Area as well. I've been working for the last year with our building team, and we're putting together the plans and looking forward to bringing those forward to the congregation.
Hi, I'm Kathy Cherry. I'm a member of the building committee and an architect. Based on the previous work prepared by the building committee, we have developed a conceptual site plan for the 15-acre property. The majority of the parcel is shown on this drawing. You will see that we propose access from the Crownsville Road and in addition access from the Chesterfield Road. 97 is on this side of the drawing. Based on the meetings that I had with the deacons and the pastors of the church, we prepared a preliminary program which identified that the phase 1 of construction would consist of a facility of approximately 30,000 square feet. That 30,000 square foot facility is shown here in the dark part of the drawing. The spaces included in that construction would be the multi-purpose facility, which would include seating for approximately 800 and would be used temporarily for the worship center. In addition, the office and classroom facility would build as a 2-story portion of the construction, and the entry reception area would go on the Crownsville side of the building. You would enter that building from the parking area in against the wall into the reception, and it would lead into the additional services and facilities. In the future, we would propose that the sanctuary, which would be seating for 1,200, would build on the Crownsville side of the structure so that it would be visually seen from Crownsville Road. In addition, classroom and office space would build to the rear of the property for future growth. There is ample acreage remaining at the end of the property for ball fields and additional parking as needed. The building must fit the unique shape of our property. Ultimately, the floor plans will define the appearance of the facility. Here you see one conceptual rendering of how the building might look.
God has been faithful to Bay Area. He's provided more than $650,000 so far in the building program, and that's what's allowed us to buy the 15 acres that I described earlier. Kathy Cherry has described to you the 30,000 square foot facility that we're planning. Our estimated cost for that is $4 million, and that is the goal for our stewardship program. We're trusting God to provide that so that we can move into our new church home in the fall of 2004.
Hi, I'm Dave Graves. I'm chairman of the Stewardship Campaign. What an exciting time this is for Bay Area Community Church. You know, each of us have an opportunity to contribute to this Stewardship Campaign, and we've laid out a very aggressive goal because this ministry is growing, and we truly believe that God has led us to this point where we need to say, let this ministry grow. We need a place to call home. We need facilities to build our ministry. And this is the time that God has selected to allow us to be part of that. Over the next 3 years, we're asking that each person would give sacrificially over and above their normal giving to support the funding of the church. This project really requires a level of sacrifice that's extraordinary, and we're asking you to prayerfully consider an extraordinary gift. Now, the way that this works is that we really aren't looking for the size of the gift, but we're looking for equal sacrifice. Equal sacrifice, not equal gifts. As we go forward, let's all be praying, Lord, what would you have me do to accomplish your will through Bay Area Community Church? So what's next? Over the next few weeks, you'll be receiving various mailings that give you updates on what's happening with the Stewardship Campaign. And very importantly, on November 11th, on Sunday evening, we will be having a special all-family event. Everyone should come. Be sure to mark it on your calendars because that's going to be a time when we present our gifts and give you the latest update on where we are with the campaign. Thanks for your consideration. I am looking forward to God's blessing in your life as you contribute to this campaign.
I'm asking each of us to find some quiet time to get alone with God and think and pray about God's vision for Bay Area Community Church. Ask yourself, has God used Bay Area to be a blessing to me, to be a blessing to my family, to be a blessing in my relationships with other Christians, to be a blessing in our communities and around the world? Then ask, how much more of a blessing could we be to one another and to a lost and broken world if God, by His grace, would expand our ministries by giving us a facility of our own? Finally, we need to ask ourselves, how can I be a part of that vision? What is God calling me to do to see His church built in the greater Annapolis area? Remember, it's not about a building, it's about people. People coming to Christ, people growing in the relationship with Christ, reaching out to a lost world. A facility is a critical means for accomplishing the vision God has given us. It's an ambitious plan. In fact, it is so ambitious that if God is not in it, it's destined to fail. It will require a faithful and sacrificial response from all of us. As a church, God has blessed us and gifted us in so many ways, and God has used the faith and the efforts of all those who have gone before us to bring us to where we are today. But now it's our turn. It's our turn to say yes to follow God's call. It's our turn to faithfully step out and consider what kind of sacrifice we can make to see God glorified and His church expanded here in Annapolis. It's our turn to take a bold step of faith and watch God use us in greater ways than ever before to see lives transformed from here to the nations. We are embarking on an incredible journey. It will be exciting and fulfilling, and I pray that you will join with us in this journey as together we remain faithful to the call.